Hello, this is Max. This is the fourth part of the Wednesday Addams story. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe. Episode opens with Thing breaking into the morgue and unlocking the door to the room where the body of the man killed by the monster in the previous episode is kept. Wednesday enters the room to inspect the corpse. However, she gets stuck when the sheriff and the doctor enter the room, forced to hide in a freezer. Wednesday remains unnoticed as the doctor shows the sheriff the victim's body, pointing out that two of the victim's fingers were severed after his death. As the sheriff leaves, the doctor unknowingly opens the compartment where Wednesday is hiding, mistaking her for a corpse. He decides to attend to it the next day, giving Wednesday the opportunity to escape with Thing's help. Back in her room, Wednesday pieces together her evidence on a board, realizing that each victim had a specific body part removed after their death. Enid enters the room and is startled by the sight of the photos on the board. Questioning Wednesday, she learns about the investigation and is handed the photos to examine for herself. As Enid looks at the gruesome photos, she faints, prompting Wednesday to realize a crucial detail. Each victim is missing a specific body part, indicating that someone or something is collecting these parts for an unknown purpose. Despite this revelation, Wednesday is still puzzled as to the motive behind these actions. The following day, while in class, Wednesday notices Xavier, who had been seen with claw marks on his neck in the previous episode. Despite his efforts to conceal the marks, Wednesday observes them. However, the marks remain conspicuous, catching Wednesday's attention. She begins to suspect that Xavier is hiding something. After class, she tails Xavier to a secluded house near the forest, where he enters. Waiting for him to leave, Wednesday eventually decides to investigate further. With Thing's help, she unlocks the door and enters the house. Inside, she discovers numerous paintings depicting the same monster she encountered in the forest. Picking up one of the paintings, she prepares to leave. However, Xavier returns unexpectedly, catching her in the act. Xavier confronts her, demanding to know why she's there. Despite her attempts to make excuses, he remains skeptical. However, when Wednesday questions Xavier about his presence at the house, he reveals that he has obtained the space from Weems and intends to turn it into an art gallery. Despite expressing interest in seeing his gallery, Wednesday refuses her request. He remains unaware that Wednesday has already explored the premises. Xavier then surprises Wednesday by asking her to prom, to which she happily accepts. Delighted by her response, Xavier and Wednesday part ways. Later, upon returning to her room, Wednesday excitedly informs her roommate about her prom date with Xavier. Enid eagerly suggests they go shopping together in the city, a plan to which Wednesday agrees. They both head to the market to prepare for the upcoming event. However, just as they are about to enter a shop, Wednesday changes her mind and tells Enid to go ahead without her, promising to join her later. As Enid enters the shop, Wednesday remains outside. While standing there, she notices a black gothic dress that briefly catches her attention. Despite her interest, she decides to let it go and instead heads to see the sheriff. Wednesday presents the painting to the sheriff, hoping it will lead to further investigation. However, the sheriff dismisses it, stating that they need more than just a painting to take action. Undeterred, Wednesday suggests they collaborate, but Galpin insists on concrete evidence first. On her way back from the sheriff's office, Wednesday encounters Tyler, who expresses his happiness at seeing her and admits to developing feelings for her. She gently rejects his advances, explaining that she doesn't share the same feelings. Tyler then asks her to the upcoming dance, but Wednesday declines, as she has already agreed to go with Xavier. Meanwhile, Enid and Lucas form an alliance, deciding to attend the dance together. Enid plans to use Lucas to incite jealousy in Ajax. Meanwhile, Wednesday relocates her evidence board to Eugene's beekeeping quarters. Eugene quickly notices a drawing of a creature in one of Xavier's pictures, depicting the monster in a spiraling cave. Intrigued, Eugene shares that he has been researching such phenomena and suggests that the cave might belong to a deadly bear. Determined to investigate further, they head to the cave and discover remnants of the monster's presence, including bones, carcasses, and even handcuffs and chains. Among the findings, Wednesday discovers a claw, realizing it is a crucial piece of evidence. Understanding that the creature likely resides nearby, she decides to retrieve a DNA match and heads back. As she searches Xavier's cottage, or rather his art gallery, Wednesday discovers a bloody rag in his bin. Xavier returns unexpectedly and questions her presence. Confronting him, she points out the suspicious bloody rag and his claw marks, suggesting he could be the serial killer. She also mentions his paintings depicting the monster responsible for the killings and body mutilations. Xavier claims the monster appears in his dreams, but when pressed about the claw marks, he attributes them to his paintings coming to life, showcasing his ability to animate his artwork. Despite his explanations, Wednesday remains skeptical and decides not to attend the dance with him. She then brings her evidence to the sheriff, urging her to run DNA tests. Meanwhile, Thing learns of Wednesday's change in plans regarding Xavier and promptly sends a letter to Tyler, who receives it with a smile. Later, Wednesday encounters Eugene, who appears upset. He reveals that he asked Enid to the dance, but she declined. However, Wednesday declines Eugene's offer to go to the dance, stating that she won't be attending at all and advises him to do the same. She emphasizes the urgency of their need to return to the cave for further investigation. Despite her intentions, all the students make their way to the dance party that night. Meanwhile, Xavier opts to accompany Bianca, while Wednesday prepares to venture to the cave with Eugene. However, Thing's meddling disrupts their plans, as it sent a misleading letter to Tyler earlier. Unexpectedly, Tyler arrives at Wednesday's doorstep, dressed for the occasion, expressing his surprise at the letter's content, as it seemed out of character for Wednesday. Wednesday, taken aback by Tyler's arrival, is puzzled by the situation but does not refute his assumption about the letter. She listens as Tyler explains his initial disbelief at the letter's sincerity, thinking it might be a prank due to its departure from Wednesday's usual demeanor. Frantically, Wednesday changes into the dress that Thing had bought for her, the one she had admired earlier. Delighted to wear it, she and Tyler then make their way to the dance. Upon her arrival in the stunning dress, all eyes are on Wednesday as she enters the hall, radiating beauty. In the midst of the festivities, a conversation between Weems and Thornhill inadvertently reveals Weems' dislike for Wednesday's mother, adding tension to the atmosphere. Unfazed, Wednesday begins to dance in a peculiar manner, capturing everyone's attention as she moves unconventionally, adding to the strange energy of the event. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, Wednesday finds herself enjoying the dance. However, Eugene's distress at seeing her there is palpable, and he decides to head to the stakeout alone. As the most striking presence at the party, Wednesday attracts envy from Xavier, who is consumed by jealousy. Similarly, Ajax feels envious of Enid and her partner Lucas, despite their awkward dance moves. Xavier, unable to contain his resentment, decides to spoil Wednesday's enjoyment by revealing his hatred for Tyler. He recounts how Tyler and his friends had assaulted him and destroyed his mural during the previous year's outreach day. When Wednesday confronts Tyler about this accusation, he admits to the truth of Xavier's claims. Despite Tyler's regret for his past actions, Wednesday remains unfazed by the revelation, sensing his remorse. They return to the dance floor, where Wednesday lets loose with some impressive dance moves. Meanwhile, Xavier, still in a sour mood from seeing Wednesday with Tyler, inadvertently upsets Bianca. As the night progresses, the townies arrive to set up a prank, a tradition that is both well-known and iconic. They trigger the sprinklers to rain down fake blood, ruining everyone's outfits in a playful but messy spectacle. Amidst the chaos, Wednesday observes the scene with a mixture of amusement and bewilderment. Amidst the chaos of the prank, Enid cries in front of Lucas, realizing she was unwittingly caught up in his plan. However, Ajax comes to her defense, providing her with support. In the midst of this commotion, Wednesday experiences another vision. This time, she witnesses Eugene in grave danger near the cave. She sees him confronted by a man who sets fire to the cave's contents in an attempt to destroy evidence. Eugene, realizing the danger, tries to escape, but the man gives chase. Just as Eugene seems to have evaded the man, the monster appears and attacks him, leaving him covered in blood on the forest floor. Wednesday rushes to Eugene's aid, but it's too late. She finds him presumably dead, with the Thornhill arriving on the scene soon after. As Thornhill asks Wednesday about Eugene's condition, the episode concludes, leaving viewers in suspense. If you are interested in such films, please proceed to the next video on the screen, and also share your thoughts about this film in the comments. Give us a like and subscribe. Goodbye.